IDE for confirming my daughter why my ex and I divorced. This is a rough situation where everyone loses, I think. My ex and I divorced 3 years ago. I thought everything was fine, but she raised the possibility of an open relationship and I didn't want that. That was a deal breaker for her because she says she's figured out that she's non-monogamous by nature and felt stifled by not being able to express it. I offered to go to counseling with her about it, but I just don't want to be married and someone who isn't faithful. So we split up and the kids, 18 female, 16 male now, 15 and 13 at that time, did not take it well, especially my daughter. My ex insisted that we should not tell the kids about her being poly and that being the cause of the breakup because she wasn't ready to be out. So we had to couch the divorce as just not being happy or compatible with each other. My daughter has always been very sharp and she got stuck on the whys of the breakup because it didn't make sense to her. We put both kids in therapy and tried to keep the divorce as painless as possible. But my daughter really took it hard and is an angrier person as a result, and it breaks my heart. My ex has agreed to not expose the kids to her lifestyle until they're both 18 at least. But my daughter figured out that she was dating and their relationship has suffered. My daughter went to college this year, but I got a text from her a couple of weekends ago asking to come to my place for the weekend to talk about something, and of course I said yes. It turns out that her mom had posted about her situation and divorce in a poly group on Facebook, and someone sent my daughter a screenshot. My daughter asked if this was right and the real reason we got divorced. At this point, the cat is out and I'm not going to lie to my kids' face, so I said yes. She had some follow-up questions about why we didn't tell the truth, etc. I asked her not to tell her brother due to our agreements and she said no. He deserves to know what mom is really like. So big mess. Both kids are angry with their mom and won't see or talk to her. My ex is losing her mind at me over it, and her family is pissed because they think I caused it by not saying it was a hoax. I don't know who sent the screenshot or why, but they kicked over a major hornet's nest. I guess I broke the agreement. I just didn't want to lie to my kid with the evidence right on the table. Edit. A few people said to include this from a comment. I think it boils down to the way my ex worded the post and how that looks in light of some of my ex decision in the divorce. She pretty explicitly framed her family as an inconvenience to being poly, and she refused to join custody and rescheduled her weekends open. So the kids feel like she doesn't want them and only cares about herself. Now for the top comments. Here's a comment from Epos Taylor. Not the If your ex wanted to keep it a secret from the kids, she shouldn't have posted publicly about it. She told the whole world why you two split. Her judgment clearly isn't very good. I wouldn't put much stock on her claims. Here's another comment from Mental Woodpecker 300. Your ex said she didn't want to be out yet, so she should have been more cautious. I get needing support, but if she didn't want it reaching back to her, she should have made an alternate account for the sake of her privacy. This is not on you, OP. It was a kindness to agree not to be straightforward with the kids for her sake. She basically shit all over it by going around and posting about it online, as if teenagers don't use the internet or social media. This is entirely on her. You agreed not to tell the kids. You didn't. Your daughter found out and asked you if it is true. You never agreed to flat out lie to your daughter's face and destroy her trust in you, all so your ex could avoid blame. Everyone getting on your case about this can kick rocks for wanting you to hurt your daughter and your relationship with her. Here's another comment from Tepid Courage. I bet no one sent daughter crap. She saw her mom was Facebook member of a group and made a fake Facebook to check it out and sleuted it out herself. Maybe the fake profile already existed as an ex-FB friend too of mom's second account, maybe. But mom has two accounts but uses her real fake first name, so easy to identify. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not apologizing to my mother-in-law after throwing up her food? Hi, please help me out because I am feeling extremely guilty even though at time I thought I was in the right. So I, 27, am married to my husband, 34, from the past 2 years. My relationship with my mother-in-law has been okay, but we are not extremely close as we have different opinions on matters. Like last year during a controversial law implementation in Texas, we were having a discussion at family event and she told me how if I ever thought about giving up on a baby, she will make my husband divorce me. But she laughed after saying that and said she was just kidding. She had made similar kind of jokes regarding me having a girl child first as well. Well, fast forward to last night. She had come for a visit and brought food with her. She had made my husband's favorite dish and one other dish. She said she had brought the favorite dish only for my husband and the other dish was for me. Well, we started eating and I tasted something bitter in my food. It wasn't that much, so I just kept on swallowing it with water because I was afraid if I'll complain, my mother-in-law will get angry. As I dug deeper with my fork deeper into the food, I saw something like black powder. It looked like the food was stuffed with it. I inquired about the same, so she told me it was a new spice she got from a friend. I took a mouthful of that stuff and couldn't swallow it at all. I rushed to the bathroom and threw it all up. I got violently sick and my whole mouth became bitter. When I came out, my husband gave me some water. Suddenly, my mother-in-law got very angry at me and said I was intentionally doing this whole act of throwing up to show she is a bad cook. My husband tried to calm her down, but she left out but took the food she brought with her while leaving saying we don't deserve it. She even emptied the plate I was eating from in a container and took it as well. While my husband is on my side, others from his family has been very angry at us as well and asking me to apologize. Am I the evil here? Edit. As some of the comments are curious, I will ask the name of Spice. I will call my sister-in-law tomorrow. Although I don't think she was trying to intentionally poison me, I am now really scared after reading the comments that said that's what she did. I'll update you guys soon. Update. So my sister-in-law just called me who got the whole story out of my father-in-law. My mother-in-law got the spice from her friend like she said. It was called kanji, something like that. I'll Google it later but just wanted to update you all first. She was cooking the dish for their lunch and didn't know how much she was supposed to add and accidentally put too much. She tasted it and couldn't eat it. Instead of acting like a sane person and throwing it, she thought that as she was going to visit us anyways, so why not give it to me instead? Her reason was that as I am horrible cook, so I already have a habit of eating bad food. She intentionally made a small portion of my husband's food, so I will not take it. I am so angry at her now and have told my husband that she is not allowed in our house anymore. He still think he would like to discuss it with her. I am just done with her bad side. Thank you all for your concern, and while I am glad she was not poisoning me, I am so shocked by her insensitivity. Now for the top comments, here is a comment from Simply Sam 4210. So let's break this down. Your mother-in-law had a special dish just for you. It tasted weird. Then you got violently ill. Then she took all remaining evidence home with her. OP, she literally tried to kill you. Not the a-hole, but watch your back. Here's another comment from Simply Sam 4210. The fact that mother-in-law took the half-eaten food from OP's plate home is so suspicious and super creepy. Here's another comment from Unknown 928121. Not Hispanic but live in a Hispanic city, and my mind was screaming that some Santeria. Here's another comment from Gildy Dragon. Not Santeria, yes. There's some fucking with food in and around the rule, but like from my dealings with Olorishas, a lot of them don't even keep brew inside their houses or herb gardens. Which isn't to say there's not some near practices that don't disallow poisoning, but also no priest or witch that knows what they're doing wants to be an accessory to murder, cause the poisoner is gonna snitch.